Poet, who are you?
David Vianney.
And this is the show where you leave your comments below, and some of them are. Hey. And there's an epic moment in this show that only goes...
Worst comment of the week.
Today, we speak about World Cup, and especially the groups C and D. And you know who's in D?
Come on, England.
Come on, England. We also take a look at the competition we done last week. Any holes a goal?
Any holes a goal.
Some of your entries have come in, and we end it with worst comment of the week. David.
Yeah?
It is Friday, so therefore it has to be...
It's a Friday debate with Vianney and Poe.
All right, so we look at Group C and D today. C consists of Colombia, Greece, Ivory Coast, and Japan. And Group D consists of Uruguay, Costa Rica, come on England, and Italy. Let's talk about C.
This is like the Europa League of groups. You know, I know something, that's for certain.
God.
2 of them will go through.
If we know anything, we know that.
Certain. Like, if you want to put your money on something, put it on 2 teams to go through. First comment is from Ryan Platis. Group C, and he thinks Ivory Coast and Japan, due to players like Honda, Kagawa, Okazaki, you know, great attack. He's saying determination as well. It kind of brands the Japanese, you know, I guess culture and just self-image is a very determined nation. You know, Ivory Coast as well, you only have to talk about it. You have the Drogbas. Greece and Colombia, he says, players probably won't be good enough. Let's say Ivory Coast definitely. Yeah. If we do think of, you know, Yaya Toure in that midfield, he accounts for three midfielders.
Well, Travis W, he echoes them thoughts as well. He says, first place to Ivory Coast, very strong midfield line led by Yaya Toure, Didier Drogba up front. Second place, Japan, quick and skillful players like Kagawa, Honda to anchor the midfield. It's all about mentalities. I don't know if Ivory Coast and Japan are going to go through with ease because they're probably thinking the same thing we're thinking. This group's pretty easy, we should get through. But in my lifetime, I've seen Greece win the Euros. Colombia. There was no Falcao apparently in January, ruled out of the World Cup, included in the squad. Why can't Colombia go through as well?
I think it's a possibility. As I said, 2 teams will go through. Benjamin Tyrone Nunes actually does say Colombia. He thinks Greece could pull a surprise, but Colombia are the strongest in his opinion. Then we also have Blake Mezenkamp, who said he does think Colombia will come second because if Falcao recovers in time, Muriel and Ibarbo will carry the team through.
Personally, I just see Ivory Coast and Colombia going through. Ivory Coast is just a very strong, dominant, physical team. And Colombia are just going to be the surprise package probably in that group. Let's look at Group D. Now, this is the group that some people are calling the group of death. It is quite difficult. You have Uruguay, Costa Rica, England, and Italy.
Max Wilson, England to win all 3 games. Lallana and Sturridge to have a World Cup to remember. Italy to come second.
Footymeister 998 has said, England's team have nothing to lose. Yes, we do. Competitive football games. With their relatively young team, but I can't see anything other than Italy and Uruguay making it out of the group stage. You got to look at these teams. It's the most obvious statement in football, but it's the truth. Goals win games. Now, Liverpool have done remarkably well this season, having an awful defence, but a fantastic attack. Now, when I look at these teams, I think the teams with the best 2 attacks in out of the group is actually, to me, it's going to sound mad crazy, is England and Uruguay. Balotelli is extremely unpredictable. If you get a good Balotelli, a lot of people are in problems.
That's a good point.
If you don't, but we do know Italy are very organised and very well set up defensively. But when you've got Edison Cavani and Luis Suarez up front for Uruguay, and you look at Rooney and Sturridge up front for England, the possibility of scoring goals is evidently there. So all is not lost for England.
Luis Suarez knows that back 4. You know, he's played against Johnson. He's played against whoever's the centre backs.
Baines, Jagielka,
he ripped them apart.
Don't the England defence know Luis Suarez?
But how well have they dealt with him this season? That's probably the major worry is Uruguay going forward. Italy, I do really echo your point of Balotelli being very unpredictable. You don't know what Italy is going to turn up.
You don't know what Balotelli is
it going to be the Pirlo 40-yard free kick into the top corner, or is it going to be the Pirlo OAP who drinks wine in his vineyard?
Are we totally ruling out Costa Rica? They're the underdogs. And we know every single World Cup, there's always one team you don't expect much from.
I don't think it's going to be them. I hope I'm right anyway. I mean, no. For England, I think, are going through.
Blake says here, Italy, the team most familiar with playing together, great youth and experience combination. And the second team, he says, is Uruguay. Edge England with all the attacking skills of Suarez and defensive mastermind that is Diego Godin. He says, P.S. England would have lost on penalties anyway. Roy Hodgson is known for not taking a risk. He's a very consistent man, reserved man, doesn't like anything too exciting. I think the fact that he's dropped people like Ashley Cole, the fact that he's taken Sterling, he's taken Ricky Lambert, that is a risk in itself. If he wasn't, you know, if he was the old Hodgson, he might have just gone, you know what, let's just take Jermaine Defoe, so on and so forth. It looks like he's taking a risk. I just hope he plays the youth.
I think we're going through, man. With Uruguay.
It's so difficult to separate emotion and logic sometimes. The one thing I can say is Uruguay are going through. Suarez had a great season. Edison Cavani won the league of PSG as well. So up the top, I just think they're just going to be way too powerful for a lot of teams. Oh, mate. All right. I'm going to go Italy, England. I've changed my mind.
What? Dude, you can't take a U-turn like that in the middle of the M25.
I did. Italy just know how to go through. Italy, I just trust to go through. Last week, we launched Any Holes a Goal.
Hashtag.
Now, if you didn't see it, take a look at this clip. We are outside and we're going to show you any holes a goal. First of all, you need a ball. Then you need a goal. Where's the goal? There's the goal. That's a hole. Anywhere you see a hole, that's a goal. David, show them, please. That's a goal, son. That's popping. Goal. That was us.
That was.
Let's take a look at you. David, go through a couple of the videos sent in.
We have had some very cool and epic entries. The first one was Adam Aya 9914, and he puts it top bins off the bloody bar. Perfection, absolute perfection.
There's one problem.
A problem, little problem.
The instructions were, you go to Copper90 on Instagram, you follow us, you at Copper90, you hashtag any holes a goal.
That's not the main problem.
The main problem is you don't use a goal. Any other hole. The kitchen door, what, is that a goal? Put it through there. That's why I want to go. What, the bath on the side? What's he doing outside?
But
smack it through
there.
Why any hole's a goal. Look for the holes that are not goals.
These entries were something more like it. Something more like it. Like my little man, Pro Skills 8.
I'm rating it.
Putting it into the box, headed it in, flicked it over his head. Maybe next time do it from further away.
These young players have got imagination from such a young... Oh.
It's fantastic. Fresh dot prints. And it looks like you are in Bel Air. You're enjoying yourself. You've got palm trees in the background. You've made it scenic as well.
This is why you're special.
He's put his foot up. He's gone through, and it's gone through into a goal as well. That's 2 holes in 1. Sean.Tului putting it into the boot of his car from the other side of the road. We do have Ruyari, and he's booted it at his mate's ass. We didn't mean take it that literally. Yeah. All right, mate?
Some holes are not actually a goal.
That's not a goal. And maybe if it went through his legs, it would have made sense, but it didn't make sense. But do keep leaving your any holes a goal at Copper90. Be more creative.
So, boys, very simple. 3 easy steps, because it's you see a goal, you score a goal, and we show you a goal.
We show you a goal. Let's move on.
Let me get my Nike Fuel band. That's it. We just see how much energy I've exerted.
Go on, Pa.
1,334.
That's fantastic.
But it doesn't represent the millions. I have millions of Copper90 fans all across the world, from Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook. It's that epic moment in the show that can only be described as in Zulu!
Ubukala MB Kunazo Sonto! Boss Boy 6443. Should I charge my Xbox headset so I can eat? You should be eating anyway. It shouldn't depend on your Xbox headset.
Sorry, next one is Nasoram Odigi. My SHIT looks blue. Bone7201 said, slips on Ice Cube. Thoughts?
I hope you didn't hurt yourself. That's my thoughts about it.
Shane Dunphy, I'm just cheese.
What kind of cheese? Who did we give it to?
Oh, it's all on you.
Shane Dunphy, man. I'm just cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese, man.
Well, a bit cheesed off, so I'm going to just disappear now. I've had enough. Make sure you're sending in your any holes a goal. Next week we speak about
want more entries.
Yeah, we need loads more entries. Next week, groups E and F is what we're speaking about.
Bosnia.
In terms of the World Cup. And most importantly, me and David will be here.
We will be here in these seats, very comfortable, talking to you. Bye.
Hello. No, hello's what you
hello.
No, I'm saying goodbye.
Is it me you're looking for?
No, you can't. You got to say hello at the top end of the show. I'm saying something. Say goodbye. Like,
Guten Tag. No. Arrivederci. Au revoir.
Isn't there a farewell song?
Yeah, we're done, man.